Hey everybody, it's opening day week, everybody. I'm going to do a couple videos this week focusing on the baseball side of things because it's time. It's one of the best times of the year as baseball's finally here, and not just spring training or World Baseball Classic, but truly opening day. So today, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to do one today and one tomorrow, but the first one for today is going to focus around the veterans or the first or second year players and veterans that I'm really excited about going into this new season, that I think are either bounce back candidates or candidates to have huge seasons, and players that I'm buying before the season starts. So without further ado, let's start with the pitchers. My first pitcher is going to be Gerrit Cole. For obvious reasons, Gerrit Cole is one of the most fascinating pitchers in the league. He had Tommy John surgery last year and into the offseason. He looks fully recovered. He pitched in spring just a couple of days ago. He looked really good. His velocity looked good. His command looked good. And overall, I am buying a Gerrit Cole comeback. I still don't think he's going to be back for a couple months, so you have a little bit of time to buy his cards. Gerrit Cole is an easy buy for me. I'm buying his cards wherever I can find them. His autos are relatively cheap compared to what they were before his injury, and I think he's going to get back to being a perennial all-star and a potential Cy Young candidate in the American League for one of the best teams in the league with the Yankees. Number two, this is one that I've been a fan of for a really long time. I'm a huge George Kirby fan. I think that George Kirby is severely underrated as an ace. I know that he's got Logan Gilbert pitching on that staff and Luis Castillo, but George Kirby is severely underrated in my opinion. I think this could be the year that he finally breaks free from the "this guy doesn't strike anybody out" thing. And I personally think that he's going to get back to his sub-1 whip and his low under or close to 3 ERA. And I think he's going to get near the 200 strikeout mark. He was not healthy last year. He struggled with some shoulder issues right away at the beginning of the year. And I personally don't think he ever recovered. He pitches in the best ballpark in baseball, or one of the top 5 ballparks in baseball. He's on a really good team that has Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh, and realistically, the Mariners should contend again this year, at least for a playoff spot. And I think he's got a shot at being a really top candidate and a really nice bounce back. His autos are pretty cheap. You can get a Bowman first autograph for near $50 to $60. Honestly, his cards are a good price, and he signs a lot. So there are a lot of autographs out there under the Topps series products. You can get a lot of George Kirby autos, and I highly recommend buying into him. Another one that I'm buying into, Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins. This guy is just like Kirby and Cole. He's coming off some major injuries. Last year, he pitched and just didn't seem right. His velocity was back, but his command was not. It looks like his command is back now, and I think he's primed for a bounce back opportunity. He's another one where the Marlins just don't have a lot of people that sign for them. Sandy Alcantara signs all the time. He signs for tons of product. You can get him in pristine and your standard Topps flagship, and he's got Bowman autographs. He even has some really nice Bowman firsts when he was with the Cardinals, and those are even relatively cheap. So I highly recommend Sandy Alcantara. I'm a huge fan. I think he's going to get back to being a workhorse again this year and throw 200 innings. And with the amount of talent that Miami has in their minor league system for pitching, which we're going to talk about one of them tomorrow, I think that Sandy Alcantara might get traded to a contender sometime before the All-Star break. And if he does, we might be talking about him as a Yankee or a Red Sox or really anybody where he might have a shot at being a Cy Young candidate and pitching for a better team where he might actually win 15 games. And he won a Cy Young in Miami. That doesn't just happen. So I think Sandy's a great buy and an easy get back to the top tier pitcher that he once was. We've done with the pitchers. Let's move on. Let's talk about some hitters. So first one, and one that I think is the biggest prime candidate, and I have talked about him before, is Wyatt Langford. I know I'm not the only one. He just hit his 5th home run earlier before the weekend, and he is on fire in spring. He looks like the Wyatt Langford before injury last year. I think he's going to steal 30 bases and hit 30 home runs. There's a chance that he goes 40-40. I am a huge Wyatt Langford supporter. His autos are pretty cheap. His Bowman firsts are kind of pricey just because people are still kind of lying in the weeds with him. But you can get his Bowman prospect autos for a pretty nice price. And I highly recommend buying into Wyatt Langford. Number 2. And again, this is another big one that a lot of other people are excited about. I think Jackson Merrill is primed to come back to same old form, just like Wyatt Langford. He had an injury last year and a concussion that he just never really recovered from. I think he's going to break out again this year and get back to his rookie form where he was a stud. That Padres team continues to be really good and looks really good. I think he's going to break back into his rookie form and be a really solid hitter, hit for power, hit for average, get on base, steal some bases. And his Bowman first autos, which technically he doesn't have a first, his first signing for Bowman, they're $100. It's a really great price right now. I just bought 2 on eBay yesterday. I recommend them. I think he's going to be a good buy, and I think he's a valuable investment right now before he breaks back into rookie form. Number 3, O'Neal Cruz. I can't quit this guy. I know everybody keeps saying that, he's just like Brian Hayes. He's another Pirate that just fails to meet expectations. I can't quit him. He stole 30 bases last year, and I still think he's got all the potential in the world to be a 40-40 guy and be Elly De La Cruz. I honestly, he's got all the talent in the world. He just needs to get out of his head and focus on hitting the ball and lifting the ball in the air, and I really think he's going to do that. I think this is the year that we finally look back and say, O'Neal Cruz figured it out, and it's time. And if he doesn't, well, his autos are not super expensive. You can get them at a pretty good price, and I don't think you're going to be out all that much if for some reason he, again, doesn't figure it out. But this is one where if he doesn't do it this year, I might finally be out, but I truly believe this is the breakout season. Number 4, you have to bet on vets. I think Mookie Betts is going to figure it out. I know. Mookie has been a struggle bus for, all of last year, and he just didn't look like himself. I know he's still dealing with injuries, and he's not 100%, but you have to bet on the talent. You have to bet on what Mookie has been, and I'm not saying he's going to get back to what he was before, but there is a shot for him to be a potential Hall of Famer. And if he can continue to get back to even close to what he was before, and on that Dodgers squad where he can get his rest and get his breaks because they're just so good, I think he's going to get back to form, and I am buying Mookie Betts wherever I can get him. His cards are, again, kind of in that middle ground where they're not super expensive and you can get them at a good price. Mookie Betts is a buy for me. Last but not least, I am buying the crap out of Yordan Alvarez. I have talked about him a lot this offseason. I truly believe that he has not been right for 2 seasons, and it is time for the Yordan Alvarez back to stud form. I think he might lead the American League in on-base percentage and batting average. I think he might have a shot at being at or near Aaron Judge in home runs. He could be a really easy win. For some reason, he is severely underrated in the hobby, and his cards are extremely cheap. I just bought a bunch of his rookie autos and rookie cards, and they are extremely cheap. I highly recommend buying him, and he's an easy buy for me, and I've got a bunch of them added to my collection. All right, well, those are my big breakout candidates for this year, and the guys that I'm buying this week before opening day really kicks off and we start seeing the excitement and these players actually start doing things that affect their stats and affect the card prices. I think that we're going to see a lot of these players do well, and that they're easy buys for me to add to my collection and add to my investment portfolio. I would highly recommend taking a look at some of the players that you're looking at. There is potential risk here, there always is, but there's also an opportunity for you to cash in on some of these players. If I had to choose 2 specifically that I am buying, Wyatt Langford is number 1, hands down the easiest buy in the entire world for me. He is so simple to purchase and say, He's going to make me money. His investment's going to pay off. I truly believe in Wyatt Langford, and he is one that I am buying at every turn and the one I'm buying the most of. And secondly, I'm buying Garrett Cole. His cards are cheap. His cards are easy to get a hold of. They're everywhere because he's been around for a while. So if you have a hitter and a pitcher, those are my two that I'm spending the most of my investment money on, and those are the ones that I would recommend for you to invest in if you're looking to do that. So those are my top vets and breakout candidates that I'm buying before opening day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you liked the video or if this was helpful, please would love for you to like and subscribe down below. I also would love it if you'd comment. Who are you buying? Who are you into from your vets and your breakouts going into this season? We're only a couple days away from one of the best days of the year. Who are you buying? Comment down below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm going to see you tomorrow as we talk about some rookies and some prospects going into the beginning of the year and to mid-season. Thank you so much. Have a great day.